chat. Comment there.
Oh, yes. Welcome, everyone. I'm doing an Akashic Records reading for today, day 6 of World Unity Week. And I always do it with the theme of whatever that particular day is. So yesterday was cooperation, and today is abundance. For those of you who may be new to it, it's just tapping into divine wisdom, which we all have the ability to do. And I'm going to just open the records and I see what divine wisdom comes through. And after which, anyone who has any questions, feel free to ask your questions. So just give me a minute, please. And the records are now open. I'll just see what comes through for us. And what I'm getting, message that I'm getting is that abundance is built on the foundation of the universe, that all of life is patterned after abundance, that our universe has so many possibilities and so much potential, that stars are able to become planets, stars are able to come to life, support life, and planets are able to support life. They're able to support energy, and different types of energy, that we are all created from the abundance of life, and we come forth, and on Mother Earth we see the same abundance, the abundance of blades of grass, the abundance of sand, and even the abundance of the cells in our bodies. And just being in the flow of that is tuning into abundance. I'm getting a message that, which I've got many times before, that it's not about money, it's not about currency. That is simply the breathing of our life into something. It's just the evidence or the byproduct of abundance. It is nothing to do with what that abundance is. And we're getting a message to not be focused on the evidence, but be focused on who we are at our core, our true nature as abundant beings. Being able to tap into that part of ourselves and know that when we're in the flow and we have an attachment to a particular outcome, and we're not breathing life into an outcome, but breathing life into the knowing of our own abundance, that is when we're able to stay in the flow of all abundance. And then we're able to create, we're able to be creators of our own flow of abundance and produce that evidence, simply because we are not attached to something and giving it power when that is not real. It is just our ability that is real. Let me just see what else comes. Even the dreams that we have are evidence of abundance. And they're also the energy flow. When we can feel the dreams, the messages, not to be attached to the events of the dreams, wondering whether they'll come into being or not come into being, but being with the flow of the energy of those dreams, whether we have a dream with our eyes closed at night, or whether we have just a sudden feeling, an intuition, a thought, something that comes to us, and allowing those things to come, allowing ourselves to be open to these, what we would normally describe in our humanness as random thoughts, just entering our being and nudging us, and writing those down or being open to them so that they can be nurtured without attachment of the events, but simply be nurtured as a possibility that's awakened within us, a limit that is taken away, where we're unshackled, and we know that we have a myriad of different potentials and possibilities. And then just going into that space of being in anticipation, being in possibility, being in the flow without any agendas, just being there and knowing that what it is that we've put into the universe is energy too. So the same energy on the same plane, the same vibration of energy will come back to us. And that is what most people call manifestation. We're being called not to worry too much about words, or, writing the same thing 50 times to be able to manifest something, that it's not about the words, it's about the energy. That's why some people who write the words, expecting some kind of abundance of whatever kind in their life, some of them are able to manifest that abundance, get in the flow of it, because when they're writing, they have that energy. And others are saying that doesn't work because they don't have that energy as they go into the process of writing something. They're not actually feeling the energy, and they're not even believing it as thoughts. We don't need to believe it as thoughts. Just feel that energy and call it to us, because we've all experienced some sort of abundance in life, whether we've seen it on Mother Earth and how she supports our life, or whether we've seen it in the universe, or whether we've seen it in our life, or in the cells of our bodies. We've all experienced some form of abundance, so we all have that ability to call that feeling and to tap into it. So that's the message. And if anyone wants to ask any questions, not necessarily for you personally, because this is a reading for the collective, but anything that you'd like to ask for the collective, you can raise your electronic hand, or you can just type into the chat, and I'll just give it a minute. Just be in the flow. If you don't have a question, just be in the flow of this. Oh, okay, there's a question in the chat that I didn't actually see. What do you see as abundance? Could you expound? Thank you, Jeffrey. Abundance is feeling that nothing is ever going to run out. It's feeling that there is no There is no stopping, no scarcity of flow. It's also feeling that it's feeling the continued the continued evolution in every different way, feeling the continued evolution of us, of life, of ideas. And even though there's shifts and there's no, it doesn't necessarily mean that an idea will continue forever or something else would, that nothing else would take its place. Even when something does, that's just a shift, which is still the continuation of abundance. So it's just the evolving and the flow, that flow is never going to stop. Olivia, what do you think of synchronicities in relation to this reading about our abundance? Give me a minute. You're welcome, Jeffrey. Okay. Olivia, do you want to like add something to that, or is it just in general?
May I speak?
Yeah, of course.
I just wanted to say that to me, when you're talking about intuition or these random thoughts that come, what I receive them as is a collection of happenings will happen, or I'll see a book, or I'll be looking for an answer, and the universe gives me something. Sometimes it comes on my feed, it can come listening to a song. And I'm just wondering if that's what you are also referring to in terms of noticing from this deeper place of the Akashic compendium of knowledge. Synchronicities also are part of that, are they?
Yes, they are. They are. And let's get some divine guidance on that too.
Yeah. I feel it that way. It tells me when I'm on track.
The synchronicities are just the path when we ask for any form of abundance, whether we ask for more ideas or more anything in our lives, knowing that we can tap into the flow and being in a space of where we're ready or at the level of receiving it, then those synchronicities are the footsteps that get us from that point A of asking to the point B of being able to manifest it. So those synchronicities are, they're the gifts of where to put our feet, how to take the next step. That's the message.
Yeah. I love that, footsteps. Yeah. May I share a little bit more? Just an example?
Yes, please.
I'm writing a book and I'm helping people tell their stories. And I was having a writer's block when I promised that I was going to finish it at a certain time last year, the first draft. And I ran across Connie and Andrew's book. And I also ran across John Mack's book that I was reading on my Kindle, 2 different books the same week when I promised myself I was going to finish this book or really get going on it again. And I was looking for 2 quotes, and there they were in those 2 books. One was, I was looking for a definition of original instructions, which many native wisdom keepers have this week have kept reminding us of, right? And I wanted to find a really good definition by the person that I'm writing about, one of the people, Venerable Dahani Wahu. And there it was when she had a personal communication with Dr. John Mack in his book on the cosmos. And then the other one was Connie and Andrew, who had, I was looking for this quote about Edgar Mitchell and when he saw the earth and he had his cosmic shift, right? And it was in Connie and Andrew's book. And I just had met Connie and Andrew on World Unity Week last year. So to me, that was really a signpost that I was on the right track. And it also helped me get out of my ego and just kind of let it come through me. So I think what you're saying about the collective is really important. You know, it's not about me, it's really about a service that I hope I'm providing, you know. So anyway, thank you for listening. I really enjoying this.
Well, thank you. I felt as you were saying that it was so important that those ideas came from you, because I just feel the strength and the preciousness of the collective as we all share this wisdom. The message that's actually been coming to me right now is that it is time for the collective. It is time for community and connection. That's been coming for a while, but is, yeah. If there are any other questions, just feel free. And if not, I'll close the records, but I'll give it a few seconds. And perhaps it's time to close the records. The records are now closed. Thank you for that, Melanie. Thank you, Olivia.